Welcome to Science at the Movies. No, that's my old podcast. That's not this podcast. Welcome to Movies with Interesting People, where me and an interesting person go to the movies. Today, we have...
Mark.
The interesting thing about Mark is Mark has never seen a movie.
Basically.
The last movie Mark saw was Wayne's World 2.
One where Aerosmith played as Jim Morrison and the Naked Indian, came to Wayne in his dream. Right. That was it. That was.
After that, no more movies. Instead of movies, like what do you do with your time?
I watch useless crap on YouTube. Like how to fix something.
How to mount a washing machine.
How to mount a curtain.
Would you say you're a restaurateur?
Yes, that's what I do for a living.
Always? In your whole adult life?
No. I used to have a boring corporate job way back in the day.
Really? What was it?
Private wealth, and then I worked in consulting for a little bit.
No way.
Yeah.
Was your hair shorter?
Yeah, it was a private wealth haircut.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, and I didn't wear a cardigan.
When someone wears a cardigan in movies, it signifies that they've retired and are now spending more time with their families.
Oh, really? Straight to it I've skipped it without the family parts.
Just the cardigan.
Yeah.
Have you seen Being John Malkovich?
No.
That ends with cardigans too. Did you say you have some attachment or connection to the Yarra Valley?
Yeah. I grew up there. I went to school there.
Was there wine?
It wasn't so whiny back then, but it was becoming whiny.
It's definitely whiny now.
Definitely whiny now.
Well, today we're going to see a movie called The Materialists. Materialist is a movie by Celine Song.
Uh-huh.
It's the follow-up of her directorial debut, Past Lives.
Wow, cool. I haven't seen that one.
I know.
And that's the point of today.
I want to see what Mark likes about movies and whether it's something he'll be willing to do for a fourth time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Past Lives was the best movie of the year whenever it came out. Actually, I saw Past Lives first on an airplane after Barbie. First I watched Barbie on the airplane, and then I thought, this movie is terrible, I think, but maybe it's just because I'm on an airplane. And then I watched Past Lives, and it was so good that I almost fell into the tiny screen. Then I knew Barbie was really crap. That's how I knew. And then I went home and straight away watched it again in the cinema, actually in this very cinema.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I have a big promise for this movie, even though the trailer looks kind of...
I haven't seen Barbie either.
Yeah, don't.
But I heard Barbie was kind of lame. Beyond lame. No words.
So the trailer kind of sets it up like a love triangle. There's Dakota Johnson, which is why my hair is straight. I thought I'd dress like Dakota Johnson today, like boring and conservative. She's in a love triangle with Pedro Pascal, the internet's boyfriend. I think the thing about Pedro Pascal is that he's not like a creep or something, so therefore he gets all these points.
He presents as a nice guy.
And then there's Chris Evans. Have you ever been in a love triangle?
Not that I've known of.
Would you like to get in one now?
Sure.
Because actually I've prepared another man.
Opa.
Now it's getting a little tight in here.
Like a love triangle.
Super uncomfortable.
No, it's comfortable.
Not for me.
Yeah, I'm in a cardigan. Everything's comfortable.
Do you feel that Mark is taking more of this like
Do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it.
In honor, Mark, that's your angle. In honor of the theme of this movie, we're doing a 3-way movies with interesting people. And this is Gull. Gull will be whatever you want him to be. Pedro Pascal or Chris Evans. You could do both. Which one would you like to be today?
I'm gonna go for Pedro. I don't know.
All right, we've got Gull, Mark, and Frida. The thing about Gull and Mark, actually, this is a plot twist. They actually are co-owners of
Plug it right now.
a wine bar called Dawn and Mabel. Actually, Dawn and Mabel is in my hood. It's great. So I'm there a lot, and here we are.
Technically, I'm in a love triangle with Gull and his wife being his business partner.
Yes,
Yeah.
Gull's married.
Yes, I'm married, but I'm married to my business, which is Mark.
So Gull's in a love triangle with his business and his wife.
Yeah. I don't think she knows that.
She's got all the downsides and none of the perks. Maybe I should ask Gull a question.
Well, usually when you say I'm going to ask you a question, you ask a question and then you bring the mic, not the other way around.
I think Gull just offers advice and instruction. That's really your fort. If you go to Gull's office?
If you go to my office, which is the kitchen, I'm like an old wise woman that's going to give you like a drink, a food, and an advice of life.
An old wise woman who'll give you food, advice, and looks like Pedro Pascal.
Yes.
Good one, Frida.
Good one, Frida.
All right, so I think what's going to happen now is we're going to go to see this movie, and then we'll chat. All right, let's go. Let's do it.
I believe him. Believe him as well.
You're a person who lives and breathes and thinks for themselves.
Hey. Okay.
So we've come out of The Materialists, and now we're in Dawn and Mabel, which is the establishment of these two fine gentlemen. Dawn and Mabel has the most amazing soda water.
Complimentary soda water on tap.
Yes.
There's not enough places in Australia that do that. Do you know what really fucks me off?
What?
Oh, the Pellegrino's $12 extra.
Yeah, it's a trick question, isn't
Yes,
it?
yeah.
You're like still or sparkling. That's the total
It's
trick.
like it's an equal choice.
I put the still on the table and then, hey, if you'd like, we've got San Pellegrino. I feel it's a little deceptive.
It's disgusting. Also, it's not as fizzy as your stuff. I need that. I need to be like.
Flat.
Yeah, here's another thing that's happening now. It's a trend. Burritos pay extra for guacamole.
Well, we don't charge more for guacamole in our burritos, actually.
I know it's a. Do you have another place that's a taco place?
Yeah, I want a taco just up the road here. Yeah.
How many places do you guys have?
Yeah.
Four? Four.
I mean, no.
It's crazy. Bubba's Local Shook.
This place.
This place.
And 2 taco places with all-inclusive burritos for $22.
Anyway, okay, I'll give a synopsis about the movie. The Materialist is about a matchmaker who is pretty much a blank canvas, which makes her so good at her job. She tends to size people up in terms of their material attributes, and on that basis matches them with other people. We meet her, she's at the wedding of a client. At that wedding, the cater waiter is her ex, and then we're told explicitly actually that they were in love, but he was too poor for her.
In the most boring dialogue that ever been written, by the way. Hey, how are you? I haven't seen you for 5 years, and then you go.
You haven't seen me for 5 years,
Yes, I am still poor, by the way. I am still a struggling actor who's trying to make it.
and I am single.
Do you still feel something about me?
I miss you.
I miss you too.
Oh no, should we do this again? Let's have a little cut-in of a scene from our breakup.
It was actually a really good cut, I must say. But yes, and then like, oh, now we're here.
At the wedding, she also meets the brother of the groom, who seems way too good to make any sense that this guy is looking, because it's Pedro Pascal and he's basically perfect. And she's sort of curious to fully put it to his face. It makes no sense that you would date me. There's 2 guys, one is Povo and one is not, and they're both nice. So, okay, that's why it's The Materialists.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shots. Usually very good editing. I just feel like the script was very, very, very weak. The whole thing that they go to the wedding and then they rush back, we don't need it. There is a promise of action. We drive all the way there. She's like, oh, he went. Oh, okay then. Well, you're still alone and I'm still a matchmaker, and that's it. Like, nothing is happening. Since she breaks up with Harry, until the end, nothing happened.
But Harry
Yes.
is interesting. They have a great conversation, and we're all sitting there in this conversation, and all of us were like, whoa. And you even said, I need this.
Mark is single, by the way, for whoever is interested.
Yeah, they were talking about...
He's taller than me.
This is a spoiler. Spoiler alert. The whole thing is that Pedro Pascal has had surgery to make him taller, and that explains everything. He had most of his life really short, and that is why he does not act like a materialist, because he knows how the other half live, even though he was born a millionaire. And that's the twist. Why are you with me? And it fits with the entire themes of the movie. As for the answer, where his self-confidence went. Why he isn't walking around like one of the materialists.
Yeah, because in his mind, he was still a 5'6" multi-millionaire New Yorker.
And she's like, okay, you're short, that's fine.
It wasn't fine.
No.
Because she decides that it's best to just leave it here and you take this amazing international vacation
Yes.
on your own.
I have a hot take though about the surgery. Okay, he is. Well, first of all, she's going to be very, very surprised, and she's like, "Why are our kids so short?" A world without children. This world. Everybody wants their man to be tall. Maybe they're looking for like a good provider and a father who's going to bring healthy big babies to the world. He's not going to.
It's an mildly interesting idea that falls apart very quickly on a minor inspection.
Yes.
And they didn't inspect it that much. I mean, they kind of do, but they don't. And then it goes off into a bigger statement about love being more important than money.
I wasn't convinced that love was more important than money in this example.
Yeah, I don't like either of them. And I was like, they'll just be another shitty couple.
Yeah. Supposed to be like, oh, those guys are awesome. I want them to be their friend. Like, I don't want her at my house. I'm like Pedro Pascal before the surgery.
Yeah.
And without the money.
Well, Pedro Pascal before the surgery, no money.
Yeah, exactly. That's
basically just a short, sort of cosmopolitan-looking kind of a guy.
Yes.
What were his other assets?
No, none. There was none assets, no assets.
Serious question before we wrap up. You know when you like can really be in bed with somebody?
Yeah.
And I don't just mean sex. I mean like sex and also hanging out and also just like the amazing chemistry of being in bed with someone where you can spend the whole night and then it's morning. Do any of those boxes make that go by faster? When you're having such a good time and life's so good and then it goes by like this.
All of the movie was about what women want from men, not the other way around.
Yeah.
So you tell me.
No. Because if you're horizontal, your height doesn't matter.
That's what my dad used to
Or
say.
I think any of it makes a difference. I think that it's a mystery of life that no one can answer, even, and you can't put it down to a box-checking exercise.
Who knows? There is something. There is this thing, right?
Either it's there or it isn't there.
At the time, the height.
The only situation that height helps is if you want to up. The end. Goodbye. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Bye.
Not only my kids call me Abba now, like my sister-in-law kids, he calls me Abba as well. My son's friends, they call me Abba. Everybody calls me Abba. No, I'm not a daddy, I'm an Abba.
That's cool.
Yeah.